February is American Heart Month. This promotes awareness for the leading cause of death in the United States, heart disease.
But heart disease is not the only problem Americans should be aware of, Catherine. John V. Patel joins us live in the studio to tell us more. John V.
Thanks, Catherine. Claudia, African American babies with congenital heart defects are at higher risk of mortality. The Black community is also disproportionately impacted by heart disease.
Stephen Scherer has hypoplastic left heart syndrome, a type of congenital heart defect. After undergoing 2 surgeries as a child, he is now on the transplant list waiting for a new heart.
We know it is high risk compared to the average person because of my history, because it's not just only that, it's also reconstructive surgery, so they have to undo everything that was done in my previous surgeries.
Congenital heart defects are the most common type of birth defect.
According to the CDC, more than 40,000 American babies are born with a congenital heart defect every year, and 1 out of 4 has a severe case.
Hypoplastic left heart syndrome results when the left side of the heart develops smaller than normal. Dr. Jay Udasi says it is one of the most complex cases to treat.
These stages, major surgeries, multiple PADs, multiple imaging, CTs, cardiac MRI, cardiology follow-ups.
Scherer says it takes an immense amount of support to keep going.
Family support has definitely been key to keep me going, because it definitely takes a toll on you physically as well as mentally and emotionally. So without them, it would be a rough road to go down.
Scherer hopes to have a new heart in the next 6 months.
Congenital heart defects affect more than 2.4 million children and adults nationwide. During American Heart Month, remember to take care of your heart by staying active and eating healthy. Catherine?
Yo, what's up, everyone? This is March the 6th, so just up here chilling. Just wanted to show you a quick clip of what's been going on. So we did a clip for, it was really for the college, for West Virginia University College Journalism School, but went into this news part called the Charleston Gazette, so, you know, statewide. But it's basically a summary of what I go through in my condition. So yeah, hyperplastic left heart syndrome. It's basically one ventricle has not grown all the way. And yeah, so I had previous surgeries just to pretty much prolong my life as possible, with the inevitable timing of getting a transplant. And so April 18th of this year will make a full year since I was listed. And so that's pretty much what I've been doing. And I decided to basically make this video and start my journey and give a view of what I go through. I wish I would have started it earlier, because I would have showed you my routine as far as appointments and stuff, what I go through, the testing, the heart caths, the doctor's visits every 6 months, the blood work. Man, all that stuff goes into, once you're listed, you got to get this stuff done every 6 months. So, you know, I got appointments every other month. You know, they squeeze them in when you can. You can't get them all done at once. But yeah. Also, forgot to mention, my previous surgery, which was called the Fontan. I got it when I was 11. Eventually, it starts to back blood up and starts to scar the liver. So that's another issue. If I do not get a transplant in time, there's a possible chance that so much damage would be done to my liver, it wouldn't be able to regenerate and heal itself. And then I would not only need a heart transplant, I would need a liver transplant. So far, the testing has been good. You know, I don't want to go too long, because I don't want to have to get 2 organs. One's enough, especially when it's the heart, you know. And everybody knows about transplants. You gotta be on immunosuppressants. And if your body starts to reject that, then, you know, you either gotta get another organ or, you know, your life expectancy decreases. In this case, you don't want to reject the heart, so that's a different ball game. So it's not like a kidney or a liver or something like that. So, but yeah, I just wanted to give a quick rundown. That's pretty much my life, and growing up, it's been pretty simple. I pretty much had a normal childhood, just doing everything and trying to be the best version of myself. So, you know, I did the normal kids things, riding bikes and getting high school, doing high school teenage things. You know, the only difference is, you know, if I come to play sports, I was in shape, but I would get just a little bit tired faster than others. But, you know, I didn't let it stop me. I still played my sports. I played my basketball, I played my soccer, you know, and I kept it moving. With this disease and these surgeries that I had, eventually you start to develop arrhythmias. And so my first episode occurred when I was 18, right before I was getting ready to graduate high school. And, you know, in this case, your heart rate gets so fast that you faint. And so I had that happen, which scared the crap out of me, of course. And so I ended up going on meds. And they tell me as you get older, the occurrences will start to happen a little more frequent. You'll be added on more meds. And that's pretty much what happened from 18 all the way up until now, you know. Not taking a lot of meds, because the amount of occurrences were, in the beginning, were once every 3 years or so. So that's not bad. It wasn't really until I got in the 30s that's when it started reoccurring a little more frequently. And then the additional meds came on. And now I'm at the point where the meds are working, keeping things at bay, but now the medicines is also having the opposite effect. So the meds is a gift and a curse. So now I have two meds. One is called carvedilol, the other one is called amiodarone. The two work together well as far as keeping me stable and the arrhythmias and everything at bay. But long term, it starts to create what is called bradycardia. And that is basically my heart slowing down. So long-term use of the two together is eventually goes there. So sometimes my heart will drop down to the 30s. So my average heart rate resting is in the 60s or 70s. And if I'm active, it goes up to the 80s. But when I'm active too long, that's when it begins to drop. And so when you get in the 30s, it's not really good. Usually people are symptomatic, but in my case, it's different. So I've been fortunate not to like pass out. But because of it, in the beginning when this first started, I'd had some hospital visits for sure. One in December, one in January, and then nope, nothing in February. So yeah, so we've been definitely just tolerating that. Now I've learned to manage it very quickly. I've learned to, if I feel it go down, I sit down, you know, or I lay down and wait for it to go back to its normal rhythm. With that said, since it goes low, I'm not able to do as much far as my everyday routine, far as even simple stuff. Like I can wash dishes, do laundry, but you know how the average person likes to go from one task to another. Sorry, that's my, what's the name beeping? My laptop. But, crap. All right, sorry about that. Had to get that on before it started beeping again. But, as far as my routine and far as that, I just have to scale it back. You know, everybody is used to going from one task to another, and I can't really do that. Stairs, a little difficult to climb. I had to take my time. As far as longer distance walking, not what it used to be. And the thing is, you gotta find some way to keep yourself in relatively good shape. because the better shape your body is in, the more tolerable and the more you can handle the surgery. So if you heard on that interview, you know, it's not just a transplant like an average person. Mine is reconstructive surgery, so everything that's been done in childhood, those 2 surgeries has to be undone and make it look like I'm a normal human being. Well, I am a normal human being, but how the body is supposed to be. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. And you know, I gotta say, at the end of the day, and doctors tell you this, when you get in your 40s, that's when you start having complications. I'm currently 41. And, you know, I gotta say, I really am blessed that I got this far, because growing up, I always heard some people, they call me the miracle child. And, you know, you hear that, you let it roll off your shoulder because you're young. Just like, thank you and keep it moving. Because you're not young enough to process the stuff that's going on with you. Like, you know that you have a condition, but when it's not really affecting your everyday life, or at least not frequently, then, you know, hearing that you're a miracle child doesn't really register yet. So now that I'm 41 and I look at the history of people that are born like me, you know, their life expectancy is pretty much right there, you know, your late 30s and 40s, and you know, that's pretty much it. That's your mortality rate. And so now that I'm 41, like I said, I try to keep in shape the best way I can. Yoga, a little bit of calisthenics, as much as my body will let me. Try to eat healthy. You know, I ain't perfect, but I try. But try to do those little things that will help maintain my body for this next phase of my life. And like I said, it's a blessing that I made it this far. So I really can't complain at the end of the day. But yeah, it's pretty wild. But like I said, hopefully my goal is, if I'm fortunate, that I went on the list April 18th last year, that I get the phone call April 18th this year. And you might ask, why specifically April 18th? Well, April 18th is my mother's birthday. And she's no longer living. She passed away in 2019. So when her birthday came last year and I got the phone call and said they're going to place me on the list, you know, of course I was celebrating, but I was also crying. I never knew what it was meant. You know how you see people, they laugh and cry at the same time? So I actually went through that. So now I know what it feels like. So if I get this phone call April 18th on my mother's birthday again saying that they have a heart, that's a great sign for me. If I get it earlier, if I get it this moment, then, you know, that's great. The sooner the better. I just know I don't want to go any longer without a phone call for my sake, liver's sake, heart's sake, you know. So that's what we're looking at, man. But you know what? I try to live everyday life. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a brother, I'm an uncle. So I try to do those normal things in life the best way I can and take it in stride. But, you know, this is the beginning. I will do other videos, edit in the best way I can with the time I have. Like I said, I'm a father. My son is 7. So anybody with kids, you know how that goes. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try to make, no, I'm not going to try, I'm going to make more videos and try to get them out as fast as I can, even if it's just little 10-minute conversations here and there, just to give some updates or just daily routine or something like that I might do, day in the life. You know, I got other things I like to do, so I might just put that on there as well. But it's definitely going to be focused around the health and wellness and the things that go on with my heart. But I can't wait. It's going to be a journey, and I hope that you click and subscribe so you can come along with me in this journey as well. But I'm about to be out, got things to do. Look out for the next video.